Happy Monday to you all. I hope you've had an amazing day. Thank you so much for tuning in, and a warm welcome to Meghan and Harry Tales, hosted by Adrian. One thing I've been telling you all for quite some time is that the UK media and the royal family truly hate and are also very shaken at the thought of Harry and Meghan being successful. That is why we constantly see them under attack, especially when Prince Harry makes a major move or Meghan accomplishes something wildly successful. Just the other day, Meghan launched her product line. And of course, it was a huge success. The products sold out within just 4 hours. In fact, some of them sold out in as little as 5 minutes. Her first launch, which happened in April, was also massively successful. Everything has just been going very, very well for Meghan. Naturally, this has the UK media fuming, but what really sent them into a tailspin? The news that Meghan is venturing into the wine business. They weren't as outraged before until they heard about that. Since then, we've seen countless articles cropping up about Meghan's wine business, most of them negative and clearly bitter in tone. Writers like Tom Sykes at the Daily Beast and commentators like Piers have mocked the endeavour, but we all know deep down they are upset. They're angry and bitter that Meghan and Harry are not only surviving but thriving. Let's take a look at this clip of Hugo Vickers, whose bitterness is practically dripping from his words when he talks about Meghan launching her wine business. He says, "If she just released more jam, I guess we wouldn't bother to talk about it. It's hard to know what to say, really," and continues on with snide remarks about Meghan warning the public that she'd be doing all sorts of different things. His tone is dismissive, sarcastic and clearly jealous. This kind of commentary just reeks of envy. These people are mad because Meghan is successful. Let's be honest, Meghan is already successful. But now that she's moving into the wine industry, which is known to be incredibly lucrative, they're scared. And in their fear, they're trying to discredit her achievements. Since moving to the US, Meghan and Harry have done something extraordinary. They've built an empire. That was something the royal family and the British press never expected. They thought Harry and Meghan would crumble within months, that they'd be back on their knees, asking to rejoin the firm. But that's never happened. And every single time the Sussexes show that they are becoming more successful, the bitterness intensifies. These critics rage harder because the dream they held onto of Harry and Meghan returning to the UK is dying. The royal family can't control Harry and Meghan anymore, not through money, influence or shame, and that has been their playbook for decades. But now that the Sussexes are financially independent and thriving, the firm is panicking. So let's go back to what Hugo Vickers said. This man actually said Meghan warned us she was going to be doing more ventures, possibly in fashion. Warned? Really? Since when does someone need to warn the world about launching a business or following their passion? He could have simply said Meghan told us she would do more. But no, the word warned was deliberately used to paint her in a negative light. Then he mocks her for saying, every failure is a win because you learn from it, suggesting she must have done an awful lot of winning lately. That statement alone is dripping with sarcasm. And yet, we all know the truth. Meghan has been winning. Tell me one person in the royal family whose products have sold out within minutes of being released. King Charles sells jam, he sells gin, he sells wine, but when he launched his products, did they sell out in 5 minutes? No, that's the difference. Meghan's products are in demand. They fly off the shelves. And yes, that will make Meghan even more successful. And frankly, I'm just sitting back waiting for billionaire Meghan to become a reality. And when that happens, the critics are going to be absolutely trembling. Let's not forget the jealousy Hugo Vickers showed when he said most of Meghan's ventures haven't been widely successful. Honestly, who is he talking about, Meghan or Kate? Because it certainly isn't Meghan who has been struggling with public impact. Meghan's brand is thriving. Everything Meghan touches lately turns to gold. And it's her success that has these people so upset. They're watching her launch jam and rose wine and seeing it fly off the digital shelves. That's what gets to them. And then they try to undermine the quality, suggesting Meghan's wine might taste the same as another brand's, implying she could get into legal trouble. This is not journalism, this is pure, unfiltered bitterness. Meghan's jam was distinct, it was high quality, and you can bet her wine will be too. People like Hugo Vickers are so obsessed with Meghan that they will be the first ones to conduct blind taste tests on her wine. They'll critique, dissect, and analyse every detail, not because they genuinely care about quality, but because they're desperate to find something wrong. But the truth? Meghan is successful. She's built something powerful. She's built something authentic, and no amount of royal spin or media manipulation can erase that. And it's not just about business. It's the fact that Meghan and Harry represent a different way forward, one that doesn't rely on inherited titles or archaic institutions. They represent freedom, authenticity, and resilience. That's what threatens the establishment. Let's also remember, Meghan's recent launch sold 10 times more than the inventory from her last launch. That's not luck, that's strategy, branding, and true audience connection. Meghan has built a loyal following who believes in her message, her vision, and her products. So yes, Meghan is winning, and she'll keep winning. And those critics? They'll keep watching, seething from the sidelines. Thank you so much for tuning in to Meghan and Harry Tales, hosted by Adrian. As always, we're here to celebrate truth, empowerment, and resilience. Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share if you enjoyed this video. Until next time, have a wonderful and amazing day. Bye!